let's get more reaction, lots of reaction coming through. Jamira Burley is head of youth engagement at the Global Business Coalition for Education. Great to have you on, joining us live from New York. What do you think?
I mean, I'm on a street corner in New York and I ran out of my meeting screaming. I'm very excited. I think he made an amazing choice. I think Kamala Harris represents a new wing of the Democratic Party that is to some level progressive and that is trying to move us in a new direction. And so I'm excited. And I think this is only going to ignite the base to get behind Joe Biden and his running mate to ensure that Donald Trump doesn't win re-election.
How important is this decision? She actually herself has tweeted that black women and women of colour have long been underrepresented in elected office. How important, how significant is this for representation in the US?
To be honest, this is revolutionary. And I say that only because since black women got the right to vote since 1965, we have been the very base and the most supportive base for the Democratic Party. And I think we're now seeing more than 5 decades after Shirley Chisholm ran for president in the United States is the culmination of that dream, that black women were taken seriously, that our voices were elevated, and that we were put in positions of power to actually ensure that the issues that represented our community were taken to the highest level and to the highest office in this country. And so we're seeing that with the selection of Kamala Harris, Senator Kamala Harris, that Joe Biden is listening to the party. He's listening to the voters, that this was one of their top choices to ensure that we move the party in the right direction.
But she didn't go as far as to get the top position. She's not running herself. We know that she could potentially run in the next election. She could be the Democratic candidate, but she's not doing it now, though. Is there a little bit of frustration there?
I mean, unfortunately, it's still a problem we deal with in this country with patriarchy, right? Where unfortunately women aren't oftentimes seen as the most qualified, even though they have the pedigree, they have the experience to actually represent the highest office in this country. And so we're still constantly working through that patriarchy to get women's voices taken seriously. I do think that this is a step in the right direction, but we've seen a lot of women candidates come so far in this and during the general election, which has shown that America is to some level ready for a woman to lead this country, and Kamala is potentially moving in that direction long term.
Jamira, you talk about a patriarchy. We had Gretchen Whitmer's showing her support, another show of support from the prospective vice presidential candidate, Susan Rice. She offers her warmest congratulations, and she says that she's confident that the Biden-Harris ticket will prove to be a winning ticket. I will do my utmost to help them win and to govern. So support coming through from all those who were up against her, I guess.
I like to look at it that they weren't up against each other. All of those women were equally qualified to be not only vice president, but president of the United States. And what I do think is that this is what the party was waiting for. They wanted to see if Joe Biden listened to, as he was touring this country, as he was having roundtable discussions, was he listening to the voters who said they wanted something different? They didn't want the status quo in our election. And so I think what he's shown that he took the time to actually consider a wide range of women as the potential VP, including Elizabeth Warren, who came extremely far and I was a surrogate for. And so I'm excited, and I think this is going to excite a lot of people to get up and participate in a way that they haven't before.
Excite, but will it unite? Of course, we've seen a United States during a really difficult period at the moment, a lot of hurt. Will this help to bring people together?
I do believe so. You know, Kamala Harris isn't perfect, and I didn't need her to be in order to be a great vice president. And I think it's a representation that this country isn't perfect. And we have a lot of improvements to make in order to ensure that racial justice is put to the forefront, is that we're ensuring that folks are healthy and whole in this country. There is a lot of hurt. There is a lot of frustration. But I do believe that we're at a tipping point within this country where folks are so frustrated with the state of affairs that while people are excited with the VP pick, that the party was going to come and be united regardless, because Donald Trump has done such a damage to this country. And now that we have Kamala Harris with her ideas, with her passion, with her new insight, it's only going to move the party that much closer to uniting in a much earlier stage in order to defeat Donald Trump in November.
Jamira, it's absolutely great to speak to you. Really can hear your enthusiasm and your excitement. Thank you for coming out of your office to talk to us here on BBC World News. Thank you for taking the time. Jamira there speaking live from New York with that reaction. And just a reminder, our viewers, that Joe Biden, the presumptive Democratic presidential nominee, has now announced his chosen running mate. It is the California Senator Kamala Harris. And this is how he announced it via Twitter, saying that he's got the great honour to announce that he's picked Kamala Harris, a fearless fighter. We will have much, much more reaction across BBC News.